Hola and welcome back to Benidorm and Beyond, my original YouTube channel since 2020. Brought to you by me, an English woman who's lived right here in the resort for over 25 years now, and whose aim is to bring you fun, interesting and informative vlogs about your favourite tourist city. So please come along and join me on my regular Spanglish adventures and subscribe to the channel so you never miss out on any of my brand new content in the future. Today I'm taking you for a fly-on-the-wall look around the 2-star hotel Flats Friends Mar Blau, which is situated on Calle San Pedro over on the Poniente side of town, with its sister tourist apartment block, Flats Friends Atlantida, just further down on the same road. Overlooking the beautiful Parque Delche, or Dove Park, as well as the harbour, Peacock Island and the Mediterranean Sea, its prime position also affords stunning views up and along the coast, as well as being just along from the funkily themed cafe bar of Saltoki Experience and the modern eatery of Fresh Urban Gastro Bar on one side, with the well-renowned restaurants of Gusto, Refuel and the dining room on the other. There are also many other hotels in the local area, such as the Marconi, the H10 Porto Poniente, the brand new Villa España, the Casual Pop Art and the Tannet, making this a great area to stay for amenities and location. Walking a few metres onwards and further into the old town, you can also find the oldest British pub in town, Vincent's, as well as the Yellow Submarine, both who offer karaoke in the evenings, along with more traditional shops, tapas bars, cafes and restaurants along the walking street for that real taste of Spain. The entrance to the 2-star Hotel Mar Blau is signposted clearly overhead, but there is no signage as such as you approach the entrance, which is either up a few steps or by using the ramp which is provided, which is ideal for those with heavy cases or indeed mobility issues. Once inside, there is a small reception desk to your right, where you'll be required to show ID and the name or reference of your booking, having been emailed for an online pre-arrival check-in procedure, with a very strict policy of check-in from 4 p.m, as is evident from the sign above reception, as well as the brusque advisement of this fact by the slightly frosty receptionist within seconds of arriving, and also the fact that I was told about this point no less than 3 times by email before I even arrived, so don't expect to get in early under any circumstances. A luggage room of sorts is available, although this isn't locked and looks more like an abandoned function room out of the film The Shining, and is clearly used for staff breaks too, but nonetheless it suffices. The key to your room is an old-fashioned key, not a card, and after I stored my luggage, went out for a walk and a drink, and then returned on the dot of 4 p.m, I was informed my room was nearly ready, to which I have to admit I replied, "No, it will be ready, I'm sure, I've waited all day," and hey presto, it suddenly was. But I did then confuse the receptionist by asking for a second key so me and my other half could go backwards and forwards freely as we wished, but in all fairness it was provided. Despite there being notices and an A4 welcome sheet, advising you the hotel is not responsible for your valuables, so you must make use of the safe, a key wasn't offered to me at check-in, but again was provided upon request at no cost. You're asked to leave your room key at reception when you leave the hotel, which I chose not to do. However, you are warned very clearly that any loss of keys carries a charge of €50, and as you advised on the same said welcome sheet in bold capital letters, checkout is midday with no possibility of a late checkout being available. There's a small coffee machine in the reception area should you fancy one to take up to your room, and that's about it for the foyer, apart from the one small lift that's suitable for a maximum of 2 people with luggage, although luckily it is pretty speedy. And this services the 52 rooms, 28 of which are seafront facing, that are spread over the hotel's 7 floors. All of the rooms at the Flats Friends Mar Blau were renovated back in May 2021, including the installation of fresh modern bathrooms, although disappointingly the showerhead in my walk-in shower was smaller than the one I have over my own bath at home. However, the water pressure was good, so it did the job. 2 hand and 2 bath towels are provided, although 2 of my towels had old brown stains on them, so not a good first impression by any means. A hairdryer is supplied, along with free toiletries, 2 soaps and 2 bottles each of shampoo and shower gel, but sadly there are no shelves for your own things despite there being plenty of room to put some up. However, there are 2 drawers under the sink with plenty of space in them, although both of them in my bathroom had faded and cracked linings, so the 2021 renovations didn't quite go far enough in my personal opinion. Bedrooms come with a choice of an interior view, i.e. no view at all, a street view, which is with the vista of a back street that runs behind the hotel, or a SEAVIEW double room, which was what I chose as a supplement for that gorgeous panoramic view of Benidorm, which really was the reason I booked this hotel in the first place. As well as free Wi-Fi, there are 2 twin beds with bedside units and lights, a full-length mirror and an inbuilt double wardrobe with the free safe inside, along with a wall-mounted TV, albeit with no English-speaking channels, a mini fridge for storing cold drinks and snacks, a tub chair in the corner of the room, blackout curtains for keeping the sun's glare out whilst trying to sleep or rest, and air conditioning which also doubles up as heating in the winter months. Sheets are changed once a week in general, but more often in the summertime, as well as on request if you prefer a more frequent turnover, for a fee of €5 per person per day. Despite its basic nature, the thing that you really book this hotel for is the stunning views, which really are something. And I loved sitting out on the balcony watching the world go by day or night. You can hear the distant chatter from people in the bustling bars and restaurants, look over to the Dove Park where people walk their dogs, exercise on the outdoor gym equipment, meet up for a chat, or take their kids for a zip wire ride, or play on the swings, or climb on the historical replica Benidorm boat, or even watch the endless ferries, sailboats, rowing boats and jet skis plough their way across the Mediterranean, and maybe catch the odd parasailer gliding by too. It really is very restful and relaxing, especially if you've got a cold drink in your hand too, straight from the mini fridge in your room. If you wish to get out and about exploring, but aren't keen on walking too far, especially in the hotter months, on the road below, directly opposite the park, there is a handy bus stop with shelter. And here you can catch not only the local Avantha buses, which cost €1.60 per single journey, buying your tickets directly from the driver, but also the red open-topped double-decker sightseeing bus, which takes you around Benidorm and beyond, again with your fare payable directly to the driver on board. The Hotel Blau is currently ranked 88th out of the 171 hotels listed in Benidorm on TripAdvisor, with a customer rating of 3.8 out of 5, and this puts it in the good category based on the relatively small number of 599 reviews, many of which were written by Brits. Positive comments mention of course the fabulous location and views, as well as the cheap and cheerful nature of the hotel. However, I paid €93 per night at the end of September, which I thought was a pretty premium price, and maybe this did taint my view a bit of the hotel overall. However, I did notice only last week that I could now get a 2-night stay for that price instead, so I guess it just depends on the time of year, demand and availability, which is fair enough. Negative remarks were mainly about the non-SEAVIEW rooms, which are nothing special and only ideal if you just want somewhere to put your head down because you'll be out most of the time. And many also said the staff in reception had been unwelcoming or in fact downright rude and unhelpful on some occasions, although others couldn't praise them highly enough. So as always, it probably hinges on who you get on what day, although in hospitality you should be able to count on a warm welcome every day, but there you go. I hope that you've enjoyed this fly-on-the-wall tour of the 2-star Flats Friends Hotel Blau with me today, and that it's given you a good idea of what to expect if you should choose to stay here in the future. I'll now let you sit back and watch the rest of the video, and if you are enjoying it, then please consider becoming a subscriber, as well as checking out some of my many other vlogs, which show you lots of other accommodation options in Benidorm, as well as taking you on info-packed street and beachfront walks, bring you loads of local news bulletins and reviews on new cafes, bars and new businesses, show you lots of building work and updates on things that are happening around the resort, and just about anything else I can think of too. Thanks so much for watching as always, and hopefully I'll see you again next time. Muchas gracias, catch you soon, and bye for now. Cheers!